guys, we got the 1965, we believe, Chevrolet. We're gonna drag up here to start working on it. Got my lovely wife here to help us out. 175 Massey truck. Kind of rolling down the wheels there. Alright, thing's been sitting for several years now. We're finally gonna start in there. Pepper, she's gonna help us out. Help us out in this. That's probably the problem. It's holding us up to the tire. Got it blown off, cleaned up a little bit in here. Everything really looks to be intact. Got the dirt dauber's nest out of there. The wires to the coil doesn't look like rats have eaten up anything. Some battery cables up here. We'll put a battery on here. I'm gonna check and see if I have a little bit of rat eating there. Check and see if it'll hold water. We've had a few cold winters around here. Oh, I think it's actually got antifreeze in it. Let y'all see that. Good son. Okay, I've got a marine battery here that pulled off the boat for the winter time. I don't leave the battery sitting on there. I like to keep them on a charge. A little date on there, it says 11/22. Means it was produced out for sale on November 2022. So it's about a little over 2 years old. We're showing a good surface charge on there. So let's hold the button down. This is just a battery load tester from Harbor Freight. Give it about 10 seconds. The little chart shows what we're coming down to. So we're still in the green, within right at the 1,000 mark. This is a 550 cold cranking now. See a little steam coming off there. That's the heating element that's putting the load on this. This battery does good. Okay, so we don't have the right tools to make the right battery cables right now, so we're going to improvise a little piece of this positive wire which goes over and feeds my main power. Runs up under here, runs my main power to all of my everything on the truck going through here. We'll eventually go through and redo this wiring. For right now, we're just trying to test and see what condition the truck's in. So what we're going to do is use a pair of vice grips. We don't have the negative hooked up yet, so we make sure we don't spark anywhere. Starter turns over, engine turns over just fine. Obviously it's out of gear because we didn't try to move anywhere. Something sounds a little rough in there. Spin her over. Okay, so we weren't getting any spark coming out of there. Got power to the coil, but it's not breaking coming through the point. So what we're gonna do is get a new set of points, and then we'll try it out and see what it does. Okay, so we're back here. We got our Excel points. We picked them up at O'Reilly's, about $60. Kind of checked out the same price at Jegs. They were running about the same price. You can get some cheaper ones, but we want to go with the quality brand Excel. So in some videos I watched, they talked about checking the bushings and the drive shaft and the distributor shaft here. Bushings are good in here. Everything turns freely. We got through here and got our new condenser. Got our points set them at 19 thousandths. Checked all the turnings on the notches. I went through and checked each one at every single lobe to make sure every single lobe had. I always set it at 19 thousandths and that it stayed there. Use points, I believe they say set them at 16, but we set them at 19 thousandths. Got our feeler gauge here, kind of hard to read. 19 thousandths on it. So we're ready to put this thing back in. Got us a new gasket, new distributor gasket here, and give it a try.
Do what?
When it comes set, give it a little more shot.
Okay. Oh! Yeah, a little bit.
So, I know it'll run.
You had a fuel problem.
Huh?
You had a fuel problem.
Really? Probably don't have any fuel in it.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I want to know. It'll fire. So low fires?
So yeah, you got this on fire.
That's when you just keep on cranking on it and let it suck the fire back down in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright, so next day we're back out here to our 1965 C-10 Chevrolet. Trying to find a fuel pump. Couldn't find one. Today's Saturday. O'Reilly said they had me one Monday morning. So we've got the just doing a little prep work. So in the meantime here we shine it down in there. Had the fuel pump pulled off. Went ahead and pulled the back plate off, checked the rod, cleaned it all up. Got my fuel line all cleaned up and ready to go. Something really neat I was showing my son Case about was this right here. Was the fuel filter going into the carburetor. I don't know, y'all can comment below and know what kind of material this is made out of, but just really cool the way that this filter worked. And obviously it worked, not the paper type that we have today, but some type of a metal with the porous to where the fuel comes in through here, and the only way for it to come out is come out through these pores. So really neat. The way that these things will more than likely last probably forever versus the stuff that we have nowadays that has to be has to be replaced with disposable items. So I'm not one of the crazy ones about the environment, but take care of what we have. Don't pollute it. Don't just trash it out. It's what God's given us, and He's put us in authority over it to take care of it and to be of useful of it. So not to make a whole bunch of wasteful things that are just going to cause problems in the environment. I remember my '78 Chevy had a 4-barrel quad-jet, and the filter in it was a paper element, not this style. So we're just going through checking everything out. While we're going through this, we're gonna went on the inside to check out just the fuel tank. I want to check it out, clean it out if needed. Looks to actually be maybe pretty recent. Somebody might put it in there. It might be factory. I don't know. I cut the ground wire going to the sending unit. I took the signal wire off of the sending unit. I'm gonna pull the sending unit, blow it through the fuel lines, check the fuel tank, and then in the meantime, just saw all the debris, all the mess on here. So I'm gonna get the vacuum cleaner out and do some cleaning up. Just a bunch of old stuff that was in the here that we're gonna do some cleaning up. Good looking seat cover. Didn't look like it was ever installed, so we might put that on here for them. You can tell somebody's been working. I got some spark plugs here, got a coil here, got a distributor, some fuel stabilizer. Somebody pulled the cover off the transmission down there. We can put that back up when we're done. I got my fuel line over there that I cleaned out. Block off the plate for the fuel pump to mount. We're just gonna do some cleaning up on this thing, get it ready for when the fuel pump comes in. Should be ready to go. Okay, blue box found tucked up underneath the seat. Anybody want to take a guess what's in it? Pretty heavy. My guess is tools or a really heavy first aid kit, but I was wrong. How to obtain proper tire chain usage. Snow chains. I totally missed that one. I wonder how many of y'all got it right. Go prepared. Alright, so we got the inside here vacuumed up pretty good, as you saw us doing a while ago. Just kind of tore this old seat cover off right now, just give us a little cleaner of a seat in here. It's starting to clean up. We're getting there, so we came up here to clean out this fuel tank. We looked down in here, and fuel tank is actually really clean, kind of blew through there, looked good. Had Stephanie come over here and help me blow through the fuel line here, and blew all the old gas out. She's free flowing. Pulled the sending unit off. Found that the wire wasn't hooked up from here over here to the sending unit, so it'll need a new one right now. I just want to get it back together so we can run it. But I went to blow through this line here and couldn't blow through it at first, and all of a sudden it popped and released. So this is your screen, and I thought something told me, so let's get our die grinder right here and cut the end of this off. So we cut the end of it off. I'm glad we did. That's what was in there, rust. So the screen was doing its job. We're going to run it without it, just for now, just to get it running until I get a new one. Get a new one on there, and it has the screen in there, so we'll be able to catch anything that tries to come through there. But just do your double checks of checking all your everything to make sure everything's flowing freely, and that right there would have caused us definitely some issues. So blow through all your fuel lines, make sure everything's clear, take your time and work through it. Don't get it rusty. Alright, so we're back here with the 65 Chevy. Been a little bit of rain. Got off work today noon on Saturday. Got a fuel pump and everything. We're fixing to get this thing installed and see if it'll fire up. Got some gas down here. Ready to get it going. Okay, so Riley's got us a pump. We got an M16058 precision fuel pump. It's like 20 something dollars. Got the Velcro gasket here that goes behind the plate, and then the new, not sure why they give you two, but new gasket for there, and the pump will go on there. Check and see if this one matches up. Looks pretty close. The lines kind of differ a little bit in the turn of the angle of the fittings. Otherwise we look like the same pump here. We'll have to put our fitting into the pump, and then we've got our line here that goes up to the carburetor. Okay, since we verified that the fuel pump does work pumping fuel out of it through our makeshift fuel tank, we then put fuel in the actual fuel tank itself, and it drew gas up through there. Truck did run, but they had a rear brake locked up on it, so we're fixing to start addressing that. All right, we're back on the truck. We had to move it out the other day to get a generator out from behind the house. So I drug it up out of the way here, and as you can tell, as I was dragging it, the right rear tire was locked up, but the left rear was spinning. So we've got it up here on some jack stands. Let's make sure it's not going to fall on us here. All right. And had to watch a YouTube video, see that the adjusting screws for the, well, it barely got off the ground, but it's spinning. For the drums, you have to pull the tire and wheel off, and they're on the outside. So that's what we're fixing to start doing. Our tire up here went flat. That's kind of got us sitting down a little bit. So we'll pull that off and see if we can free that up here. Okay, so we got it running here. Okay, so this thing's a hot rod, dude. Huh? You don't think it's a hot rod? Man. As far as I'm understanding, the adjuster on most of your vehicles all the way down here at the bottom. If this thing's locked up and we can't turn it, this access hole really isn't going to do us much good. So we're going to go ahead and just spray some WD-40 in here and get a hammer and beat on the ends of this drum, see if we can get it free. and a few pieces. Okay, so we got the drum off here. Brake shoes actually not too terribly bad. All the springs were rusted up. I imagine it would need a new. You'd want to replace your wheel cylinders, but they were froze up in here. But if you're going to go through the whole process, you would want to replace all your shoes. Here's the self-adjuster down here that's froze up. We're going to go in there and get it cleaned up a little bit and adjust it down, and then reattach these brake shoes down here to this, so we can put it on and give it a run. Okay, so we got the rear shoe back attached to there, put the drum on, tire wheel on. Now we're just getting ready to pull the jack stands out from under it and see if this thing will run and move. Okay, that's fine. What do you want me to bring? Dookie Monster?
Yeah.
Ain't got no cable here.
The road truck has some, which is right there.
Got a trailer hooked up to it.
grab the stuff out of it, grab the cables out of it.
Okay, so after the truck died in the pasture, battery went dead just due to the belt on the alternator so loose and wore it wasn't charging, which I knew. Come back over here. Y'all like to make comments on my old Montgomery Ward battery charging. Look, we got some old Napa one over here too, not quite as old, but looks like the battery starts up now. I'm gonna go put the battery on there, put a new fan belt on there. Finally put a battery terminal on there and give it another run and see if we might have just ran out of gas or what happened to it when it died out in the pasture. All right, we're gonna fire up the Dookie Monster, carry him up here because he has the rigid air compressor on the back end. The tire went flat that I put on there, so let's make a run up here. Got a few tools on the truck too, so that always helps. She's a little cold. Come on, baby. Standing out here. And here she is. She's gonna pull up over here by her so we can do a little work on it. We got a collection over here. We got the roadblocks, so the red truck had to park over here. Got another friend of ours cars we're working on, but there she is. Get over there and work on it. Alright, y'all see the old belt here. It's got a little more than ½ inch deflection there, so I don't think it was really helping out a whole lot. We're gonna put a new one on there. Pretty easy to take that one off. One of the easiest trucks to work on right here. Alright, there's a Master Pro belt right here. It's like $9. Battery terminal. it up here. Looks like a fit. Route it around your fan. Always check your water pump while you got this off. She's got just a little bit of play. Alternator, pretty smooth. There's a little bearing noise in there, which is to be expected. Crank water pump. And grab us a wrench to most everything's 1/2 inch and 9/16, so I'm gonna grab us a couple wrenches so we can loosen it up. On the slot right here. Alright, top one was a 1/2 inch. Quite interesting. Never seen this. This bracket actually goes into this exhaust manifold. Never seen that before. Some of y'all might have comment on that. If you would, learning a lot of new things. Never seen of these. Some of these older style trucks. Belt deflection should be 1/2 inch. Just gonna pull it over here by hand. Good 1/2 inch. Tighten up your bottom, your pivot bolt. fired up here. We got my air truck, a little truck here. Some of y'all might know, might not know. Works on some of them, not all of them, but we're airing up. All right, let's go for a quick run. Starts up beautifully here. Let's this old 3 on the tree in reverse. We're not gonna go too far. We're just gonna make a little run down the driveway here. I trust her, but I don't trust her that much. It's gonna be too far. All right. Go. Here, so don't get too excited now. I'll almost forget myself. We're just gonna get down here to the end, turn around, and then we'll head our own back. Fuel gauge we know doesn't work because the sitting unit wasn't no good. We do have a new oil filter over here. We'll get an oil change to get her in good shape here. Alright, I'm gonna take a little battery truck and let's see if that old alternator's working. See if that alternator's working yet. Oh yeah! Look at her go! Boy. Okay, y'all, we're back here with the 1965 C-10 Chevrolet, and we were able to get a hold of the owner of this truck. I'd been kind of communicating through with his mom, and I was able to get a hold of the owner on it and kind of see where he wanted to go with this project, and let him know where we're at and what all we've been doing to it. And he was excited to get to see it kind of coming back to life and in good shape. And the next things we're going to be doing is putting the correct new battery cables on here. We still got to rebuild the carburetor. We got the kit for it, change the oil in it, and we're going to service transmission rear end. And he's looking at doing a 4-wheel disc brake conversion, so we'll be doing some videos on that. So find out a little bit more information. So the last time it was registered was, if y'all can see that, it's 1999, and inspection went out in 2000, January of 2000, back when you used to have the inspection and the registration were separate. So he said his grandfather just kept it registered and inspected, even though it wasn't even on the road in 99. He said he had helped him work on it back 25 years ago, and that was the last time that the truck did run and was up and going. So literally the truck's been sitting for 25 years. So pretty neat story, the way that this carburetor held up sitting all this time. The antifreeze stayed in it, cold winters, nothing busted. Just really goes to show you the quality of the parts and things that were made then compared to today. I did just start it up a while ago, but I had let it sit for several days, not even touch the gas pedal or the choke, and the truck just starts right up and just runs amazing. Just something really neat to me. Just kind of just really amazed by it. I really come to really enjoy these old trucks and the simplicity of them. I'll try it again. Just really neat. I like the key switch on the dash too. So this will finish up our first video.